And people who have been in this business as long as you and I have all know that an MG is the kiss of death because you'll never see another penny. You'll get your the amount,
Maybe.
but even
I've heard that.
but even then, I always tell people, you got to look underneath all of this stuff, right? I have a lot of people send me contracts and agreements to take a look at, right? Because you got to really know how to read these things. And I had an MG once. It was for $400,000. This is a long time ago when they did that. It was for $400,000, right?
All right.
But what I didn't know was they put in $100,000 of that MG was for producers. Now I was one and my partner was one, so that was 25 and 25. But then they put in 25,000 each for the two of them, which was the two partners at the company, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're paying themselves 50,000 out of the 400,000. So in real life,
350.
out of the 400, it was really 300, right? And then the payout was something like $50,000. The first money didn't even hit until a year. So there was nothing up front. And then it was like in 18 months, you get another 50 and then you get 100. And the whole thing was the most embarrassing, bizarre thing I ever saw. And so on one hand, I was excited because I'm getting this $400,000 MG that I can get to, that I could maybe go monetize, right? Or I could do a lot of things. I could brag about it. But then when I looked at the thing, and it's interesting because that deal severed that 10-year relationship. Because what I said to them is, are you kidding me? The fact that you would even suggest to put this in front of me means that you think I'm a chump. And we've had this relationship for 10 years. And this is such a slap in the face. And you know what their response was? Well, it was just a starting point. We're open to negotiating. And I'm like, well, go negotiate with somebody else. And I literally just tore up the document and I walked away. It was horrible. And we haven't spoken since. It's sad.
Isn't it amazing? Like I met another filmmaker at AFM this year, and she was offered, this is the deal that she was offered. She was offered a 20-year deal for her thriller from Africa. It was an African thriller. And it was a 20-year deal with a $50,000 a $50,000 marketing cap. But wait, which doesn't sound, with the 20 years is horrible. But the 50,000, you're like, it's okay, fine, I kind of get it. No. It was 50,000 a year. Year.
For 20 years.
For 20 years. So it would have been $2 million in marketing and expenses over the course of the contract. And she, as inexperienced as she's like, this sounds a bit dodgy. So she went back to this guy. And by the way, this was a sales rep. This wasn't even a distributor. It was a sales rep. And he goes like this. I don't think he's like, okay. Listen, why don't we just do 10 years and a $50,000 total? And she's like, so basically you were trying to screw me. And he's like, well, right. Yeah, it was just a starting. It was a starting point. So they throw out these ridiculous deals. And by the way, that company that we were talking about earlier, the one that does 50, 40 or 50, they're infamous for this. I've seen the agreements. They'll toss out 20-year all the time. That's their standard practice now, is 20 years with 100,000. And then I had a filmmaker go back to them and go, look, this sounds a bit, all right, 7. It's like, it's like you're going to go buy a house and we're like, we need $1 million cash. I'm like, no, it seems a bit much. Okay, 250. Like, like what are you doing?
Right. Or you're in the car dealership and the guy says, let me go talk to my manager.
Oh, the manager. And they go drink a cup of coffee and go, I think I got another live one.